Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Welcome, everyone. Today is the day. Today is the day we reach 300. We have almost 200k, so that leaves us about just a little over 800 mil to run, which means that we'll have 4 runs, 1 hour. But in the meantime, what I'm just finishing off is some boss runs just to see if I can get any better gear, and then we'll transform into my something gets stuck there a little bit. Transform into my bulldozer and continue to run the bulldozer until we reach that Paragon 300. So this is my sort of Captain America build. And it works. I sort of have to remember how to play the build. Because it's been a wee while. Now the thing is about these blood-soaked bosses, they do drop a lot of loot. And a lot of it being GA. So that's not any better, so I don't need for that. They're not GAs. Strength, max life. It's not a bad pair of gloves, but it just doesn't hit what I need it to hit. I want a GA on crit strike and a GA on attack speed and a GA on life and strength. Well, actually, no, attack speed and crit is would be good. But there's nothing here that sort of makes me go, wow. So we'll go on to the next one. And the rest of them I've got is bloodstained, not blood soaked. So I will wait until I maybe change character or something like this, because they're much easier. And I'm building up this here. Oh, that poison is nasty, nasty, nasty. Ah, I got it again. got her. That wasn't the cleanest of kills. I got that poison twice. Bit lucky not to die actually. That poison is nasty. See how much loot there is in these. Finally, pick him up. He's just standing there, taking a rest. He says, "Don't kill me." So what did we get? Soul brand, no. Red on. These are all 1 GAs now, so no need. Strength, max life. Lightning resist. I mean, say they're not bad. They're just, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, I could maybe try something with it. And they're single GAs. Single GAs all the way. So what I'll do, I'll shove them in there. Ancient seat. Now, the thing is about Zir, he has got a one shot when he sort of claps his wings together and you get in the way. One shot mechanic this is. So, but as long as you're sort of missing that, you generally tend to be okay. Our resolve is a wee bit low. Let's get that resolve up. 10. Okay, and we'll get that blessed shield up to. The next one is 3. So it's 3 blessed shields and one clash. It is really the good rotation. Oh. Take these blighters away. Ah, no. Okay. Again, keep away from the poison. Belial can be a right royal pin in the bum. We have to make sure we don't. There we go. And now this is like double loot. Yeah, don't have enough space. Let's go back to town.
More than horseshoes and nails.
Razor plate, no thank you. Cathedral song, red sermon, temerity, sanctus, no. And they're all now single GAs. These are non-bloodied items, single GAs, nothing there. Right. And that's one of the problems that I'm finding right now. We're getting a lot of loot, but the loot that I need for the build is not necessarily dropping. Earlier I found a 4GA Tybalt's Will, but again it's not something I need for my build. So I'll put it up for sale, see if anybody wants to buy it. Nobody so far. So we are okay. 4 more to go. And what I would say is also that I'm noticing not a great drop rate for mythics. Now I have got some mythics, absolutely true. But the drop rate hasn't been massive. I guess I got so used to, or we all got so used to the sort of drop rate last season. This season seems to be miserly in comparison. Okay, we've got keep away from the poison. I'm not hitting them properly. Ah, poison. Poison, poison, poison. I got him there. Ah. Damn. Just too much poison. And it wasn't hitting properly. I missed a couple of rotations. Oh well, as I say. Never mind. Right, what was in that drop? Ward of the White Dove. Varathiel, Dawnfire, let's see. No, that's strength. For Dawnfire, we need the Holy Light Aura to deal double damage to be the GA. If it's not the GA, it doesn't really matter too much. Even though that's a 137. But, no. Because is it this Mother's Embrace is not a bad ring. You got all stats, attack speed, and crit strike chance. You've also got lucky hit, and core skills hit 4, 60% is refunded. But would I use this instead of Ring of Starless Skies? I doubt it. Would I use this if I'm got Ring of Starless Skies and this is a second ring? I don't think so. No, excuse me. Lunch coming back on me. Griswold's, it's a 2%er, but you need at least 1 GA on Break the Line or Heavyweight, preferably Heavyweight. So, no, and we died, so we will repair. Ancient Seat. We know where he is. Where is he? Am I just blind? Where on earth did it? Oh. Okay, it must be a whisper. Because usually you've got to open it up before you see it. The only time it's open like this if it's a whisper. I forget. See that little clap there. As long as you're avoiding the little clap, then you should be okay. Mostly. Wow. Yep, everything done. And that was a whisper. So we'll go grab chaos. But before we open the chaos, we need to figure out what was, if there was anything in. Okay, so Griswolds again. That's on 1.4 anyway, so blah. No need for that. And they're all single GAs, razor plates. No, okay.
Better than starting from nothing.
Right, so let's open this. There's no gift to the tree. So there's only the single. But we've still got the Mother's Blessing going. Field of Judgment, which is Urivar. Where is Urivar? There we go. Just get the Blessed Shield back up again. We've got 9 resolve. We haven't got 12, but that's okay. Urivar is done. Which is coming after me again. Down he goes. And 2 GAs in here. Wow. Back to town. Now I am running the Era Perdition and Starless Skies because I want to get as close to 100% crit strike chance as I can.
See some steel you need.
Cathedral Song. I've actually got a better one. Would it be not using it, but I do have a better Cathedral Song, so I won't keep that. Arcadia. Again, I've got a better Arcadia. Healing received, dodge. And they're all single GAs. And we're on the last hard ones. Okay. we go. Up we go. Oh. I'm trying to sort of slow down my casting a little bit of the Blessed Shield because my cast speed, I tend to click a lot faster than my click speed. My cast speed, I tend to be click, 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 and only actually, oh, I didn't. Running around like a headless chicken. Try and avoid this. Ah, I didn't avoid the poison. That's better. Would have been much better if I'd avoided the poison though. There is a mighty amongst... No, I did try and counter these poisons. I did put 2 poisons in my jewelry. Right, that's all my bosses actually. All my bloodied bosses, I should say. I've still got a ton of material for regular bosses. But I wanted to run as much as I could, get these bosses finished. So I ran a few this morning and just finished off right now. Azarath. Okay. And again here we need GA on Blessed Hammer to deal double damage. And it would be nice if it was Blessed Hammer. But nah. No, they're all single GAs from now on. Edge mask. Okay, so all items. And I repaired this. Right, let's put these in here. What did we gather? Eon. Right, so this is the build I was running right now. I got the Era Perdition. I done the Masterworking and the upgrade to crit strike chance, even though that the GA here was movement speed. I got the Mantle of the Grey, it's a double GA, Juggernaut and Thorns and Thistles, but it's a 10.8 rather than a 12%. It is what it is. I got Chastisement on the gloves. It's not a fantastic pair of gloves. It's cooldown reduction. I'd have preferred it being a GA on crit strike chance, but there you have it. And I did the arbiter duration, just like 100% arbiter duration, which is why I fly up into the air and I last such a long time. I got Glenn's Anvil on here, and again, they're not fantastic. Max resolve stacks 4 instead of 5, so there is room to improve here. I got Northern, I put Northern Guard on here, but you don't really need Northern Guard for if you just happen to build for boss kills, you don't really need Northern Guards on here. Something else, a Hectic would be whatever. But I just kept this on because I just keep it on. Because attacks reduce evades cooldown by 1.9. That's why I've got these boots on. I didn't, and I put Defiance Aura on here just to give us a little bit more possibility of staying alive. Griswold's is pretty much the same as I have. It's a double GA, single GA to strength. But as I was masterworking it, I masterworked it onto heavyweight. Water the White Dove, it's the same as it's been for quite some time. Blessed Shield to do double damage and Blessed Shield. and the GA on the as a master worked it on the double damage, but it's only a 147 as opposed to 177. I just haven't found a better one. I put Celestial Strife on this ring, and it's a GA to crit at crit strike, and I must tempered crit strike damage on here, and the others is attack, mix, strength. And then I did put the Starless Skies, and again the GA was the lucky hit, and I master worked to crit strike chance. So these two could be much better, but right now it's given us 91%. And the last that I've got, it's a fairly decent amulet. Discipline, Iron Sharpens Iron. I re-rolled it into Fortitude, and it's got Resolve generated, and it's max life. It had been Strength, it might have been a wee bit better, but hey, it's still a damn good amulet. It's one of the best amulets I've had for a long time. So the skill tree is nothing out the ordinary. Clash up into Punishment. 1 point into Blessed Shield into, I think it's just one. Yeah, just the one. And into the Shield of Retribution, it becomes a Juggernaut skill. Maxed out on Guards, Riposte, and Discipline. Couple of points into Fanaticism, into Rite of Vengeance. Only a couple of points, because I don't really need that much attack speed here. Maxed out Defiance into Rite of Thorns. 1 point into Longevity, coming up into Renewal for the Fortification. I could take a point out of here and put it into there for a little bit more healing. But as you've seen, my, the boss kills seem to be, for the most part, except when I get poisoned, it seems to be okay. Thorns, maxed out Thorns, Thistles, maxed out the best defense, and Fortitude. 1 point into Consecration, up into Hallowed Ground. Consecration size is increased and lasts an additional 4 seconds, and enemies that are weakened. Then we've got max into Shining Armor, max into Giant Slayer, and max into here, it's one-handed shield, 15% chance to ignore damage. Now I potentially could take this out if I didn't think I needed the little bit of ignore damage and try and find some other home for it. But where else would I put it? I could maybe take it out of here and put it into here. Your armor is increased 50% your block chance. But the possibility of ignoring damage, it's only 15%. But that's a possibility, taking this away and shoving it into here. Maxed out the Arbiter of Justice into Seraph's Wings to give us the Vulnerable. And that's that. And then for the Paragon board, on the starter board I've went with Sentinel. Coming up into the second board, I've made it Castle and put Challenger in here, and maxed out as much of the strength as I could, because you get double strength values for it. Then I took the damage to crowd control. That one is it's going up, and these are auxiliaries. Then I have Shield Bearer with Chip. Seems to be working okay. I changed this across just recently. Can't remember what else I had in there instead. Honed, I think it was, which again was sort of okay, but I think Chip is maybe just a slightly bit better. But Honed is also a good alternative. Then I have on the beacon board, I've put Spirits. It's for the crit strike damage. And taking in the life nodes and the attack speeds here. Attack speed is not the massive one that I really need. There's a possibility of taking these out. What I'm going to try is sort of taking these out and maybe putting them into the starter board for a bit more juggernaut damage. I'll play around with that for a wee while. Because we're not necessarily looking for all the attack speed. Then in the Relentless board, which is my last board, I've got Undaunted, which is damage while fortified. Now I don't have enough of the intel to get all the yellow nodes in here maxed out. So that, you know, it could sort of take all the boards, because this board here maybe would be better as a fifth board, rather than a second board. So, you know, because these nodes here are not necessarily, you know, the be all and end all. But maybe sort of these nodes, I should say, are maybe not the be all and end all of getting, but these nodes would be a little bit more important. So there's a possibility of sort of, I'd need to swap the boards around. But that's what the thought processes are right now. And certainly as I get to Paragon 300, I'll be looking at this build a little bit more. So that's the boss kill board. So what we're going to do now is go and equip the Bulldozer. Put these away. Then we have, I'll put these away as well so we don't get all mixed up. We've got a Forgotten Wisdom and we've got a Treasure Breach. But I think that I'll put the Treasure Breach in here so we don't get mixed up. So the first thing we want to do is run the Forgotten Wisdom. And we're only looking for the XP well. I'm not worried about anything else. Unless, of course, I have to come back and finish it because it's in the second level. I'm hoping it's not on the second level, because then that would be a bit of a pain in the bum. Because I need to go and kill everything here. And it looks as though I have to. Oh dear. I wonder if I have to kill the butchers as well. That's a bummer. I was hoping it was going to be right at the beginning. This is a shield charge build. Called it Capt, called it the Divine Bulldozer because that's what it does. It knocks everything away. We actually have to kill the butcher as well. Oh, but I'm guessing we'll have to kill this little blighter. Okay, so we didn't need to kill the butcher, which is nice. Not impossible, just time consuming. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I just need the XP well. You know, I bet you the XP well right next to the boss. At the end of the... No, ooh, look. I've got him. I've got him. Ooh, what was Obdusite in there? Oh, that was a nice little... Oh, cool. That was an unexpected bonus. And there is what we're actually after. The XP well. Ah. I just need to port away. I just no. Very nice. Finally. Right, so just get rid of this little lot. I shall return in a minute. I'm just going to grab myself a drink. Again. Right, so we are on our last leg. Four runs of Infernal Hordes. We need to take our medicine. And off we go. Oh, heavens almighty. El stupido. We need to be on T2, not T4. I can't run that on T4, and there's no need to run it on T4. So we'll try that again. One of the things that people sort of make a little mistake sometimes is running things that are too difficult for their build. I know that I can't run this build on T3 or T4 but on T2 it's relatively easy. And even on T2 it still gives me 210 to 220 million per run for 10 waves. Yes, I know, it's just junk calls. I know I could get a little more XP per hour running a higher difficulty, but it's way more difficult. And you really need to just run what you're comfortable with. And I'm comfortable with this. Ooh, we'll take the chaos right away. It's been my strategy is... Oh, it's treasure goblins. Okay, but the first thing first. We still need to get the butchers. Everything else is secondary, even though I might get some good ether. See how I'm just pushing them on in front of me. Butchers come first. So I'm just waiting for this next butcher to come, which is in 10 seconds to go. And there he is. It's good, so now I can just kill as many treasure gobos as we can. That's not a bad result, to over 2,000. Not too shabby. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, so lasses on death, Soulspire, no. Chance to spawn an ether field. We'll take that. Yeah, and it must be the other side. Yeah, those. Thank you very much. Coming to me. We didn't choose Soulspires. The key is to killing every run gives you 4 butchers, and the key is killing every single butcher. The last butcher arrives with about 10 seconds to go, so you need to be able to kill butchers in less time than this. Quicker, better, obviously. Okay, we'll have the Hellborn on death, because hopefully what we're going to do is get some more masses. So you need to be able to kill all 4 bosses. Bosses? You know what I mean. Butchers. And which is why I know that if I run this build on a T3, I cannot do this. I can do it with the Captain America build, but it's way more finger intensive. And for me, sort of less fun. I like builds, when I'm farming like this is farming for XP. I do like to have as strong but simple as build as possible. Because if I don't, my hands just get tired. Ether Fiends, Ether Lords. That's good. Boom, boom, boom. Although we've already got 2,500. And I know that the drop rate for Obducite is... I'm trying to get to be nice here. Not as it's good as been in previous seasons. Yeah, how's that? I didn't say absolute crap. But it is. Come on, Butch. But you see, these kind of... Generally, the butchers right now take a second, maybe 2 seconds to go down, which allows me to focus on other things. Expires, expires. Whatever this is, I'm taking it. Now this is an Auradin as well, so auras are very important, and it is strong enough right now to be able to run this content without any active auras, so you don't actually press the auras, but I do, just to keep myself busy with my left hand. And I do like to press the consecration just to make sure the butcher goes down that wee bit quicker. Right, we got one butch left. Is he going to be a top left, top right? Okay, he must be across here somewhere. There he is. He didn't appear on the mini-map, so you have to take a wee bit of care. Expires. Ether Fiends have a chance to spawn instead of elites. So we've got Ether Fiends instead of elites, and Ether Lords instead of Fiends. So that should mean that we're actually going to get a ton of Ether Lords. And Ether Lords do give us some of the best Ether. Back across to this side, boom, boom, boom. And it would be nice if we had some masses that appear on at the beginning, because then I can fill up the... Where is this? There we are. Fill up all the spawn points. And then you've got a good chance of getting Ether Lords on each spawn point. Faster. There. Waves start with 2 etheric masses. But we're after the butch first. And then we'll go there. Take 1. 2, Ether Lord at both of them. And this is how I would run, even if I didn't get the Ether Goblins at the second run. This is a good scenario in how to get your 1066. You need 1066 to be able to open. To get Bartek and open the box, and then you put whatever you rest in the materials chest, which, as we know, gives you a lot of materials. Just doesn't give you a lot of objects out. Right, so we got another chaos. We'll take a look and see what that is. As long as it's not wisps, I just don't like the wisps. Oh, okay, we're finding from. So we just go around the block. Whichever way. This gives us some half decent ether as well. But yesterday I disposed of over 3,000 ether and got about 400 Obgisite, if that. So don't expect great shakes. I know I did speak, one of the reasons is because it's on T2 as opposed to T4, but even so. I thought that was a bit low. Yep, all done. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so Ether Fiends have great health and increased by 2. Take this mass. Another one, good. And then I suppose we can eventually go back up and get the... Take these first. No great shakes, no great hurry to get the Soul Spire. I can't remember the last time I ran so many. We've got a reasonable amount of ether. Just pick up these last little. Take up Bardic 3 over 3. So we've got 2-8 left. Not bad. And he goes down simple. And of course my iPad froze up. So let's reopen Twitch. And we got 400 into here. There's a wee bit of Obgisite there. Now here, let's take a quick can. So I got 2.7. Yep. Enough said. Right, back to town we go. That's 1. We've got definitely 2 to get. And I think halfway in the 3rd one by the looks of things. So we got, yeah. It'll take the 3rd run. Judicants, no. Look at that. Nothing else there. We got this time. Spires. Ether Fiend and Death, we'll take that to begin with. Cross, there he is. 1 Ether Fiend down. 100 to go. So we'll come in here and hopefully get, yep, 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay. Just gather the until he comes. Okay, what else? What did we get this time? Capture the spirits. I love this one. Not a lot. Where the heck is... There he is. He's not appearing in the mini-map until you're sort of right on top of him. I suppose we've got a few. Right, so Masses is Hellborn and Death. Let's take that one. So we've got the chance of Hellborn or Elites. Not Elites. The other ones. With their fiends. As long as we don't get too many soul spires. Where to go? Come on, are we going this side or the other side? And there we go. Hellfire, goblins, or... okay, let's do the goblins. You never know, we might do something. We got 4 birds with 1 stone. Oops, wrong one. I usually keep the consecration for the butcher. Okay. Spires, Hellfire, Fiends. Take the Fiends. Now, next season, will be very different. My goal is still going to be reaching 300. But there's going to be so many changes to the way the game plays. How I'm going to get to 300 is probably going to be completely different to how I've done 300 this season. So there we go. We'll take that. Ether Fiends spawn as Ether Lords. We like it. One. Perfect. And for the other, and he is. It's a bit hectic when you've got all these Ether Lords, because the icons are the same as the Butcher. Oh, I thought I'd gotten... Never mind, we did. Ether Fiends can spawn as Ether Lords now. Elites can do Ether Lords. Come on. Those two at the same time. Hoffman is dead. Blighted. We'll get 1066 quite easily. Hellborn can do this ether events. And we'll take that. If you're wondering what kind of build am I running, we can take a wander across to Nobletics, where you find my build under WoL, W-O-L-V. I've also got a link in the descriptions, so you should be able to find it easy enough. We got over 1066 on wave 8. Just not enough time to get across there. We don't want soul spires. We'll take 2 masses this time. There's one of them. Because the masses can give us Hellborn or now Ether Lords. Because we might as well max out everything we can. Oh, another one. You can wait. an easy desert. Now this one, Ether Lord's health is greatly increased. Ether Lords no longer despawn at the round's end. Don't take this one. I've took this one once before, and it also increases the health of your butchers. Which means that last butcher you need to kill in 10 seconds. If you're already taking about 5 or 6 seconds to kill him, the chances are you ain't gonna do it. Because it does increase significantly. Oh, that's a Ether Lord. Yeah, so we got 4 masses now. So the chance of a Ether Lord spawning is fairly high. But as you saw, I got confused about an Ether Lord and the Relentless Butcher, so you do need to take a wee bit of care. But in this way you do get some good ether. Let's get him. It's him done. Did we get this last soul spire? Maybe just. Okay, so we are heading to Bartok now. 1500. Perfectly okay. Bartok doesn't pose any challenge. We don't need him to either. He drops about 60 odd ether. So if you're a little bit low in test 60s, if you've got like over 1010 ether by the time you come into Bartok, it's not a problem. You'll just have a teensy weensy bit for the spoils of materials. Not that it matters too much anyway. Two-handed sword, double GA, loads of scrolls of restoration. Iron. And back to town we go. So we're over 2/3 to go. Over 2/3, only 1/3 to go. And we do need to take some medicine. Cathedral Song, Shield, Sermon, nothing. And we'll take the medicine once we get in there. So we've got less than 400 to go. Still 2 runs. And we'll take our medicine. And by medicine I mean our incense, our elixirs and incense. Because that together gives us 5 and 8, which is 13, plus the XP well, which is 15, so that's 28, and 35 from here. Fiendish Legions. Ether Fiends have got a chance to spawn instead of elites. Take that first. It is there. You take 2 bugs with 1 stone. Sounds as though the Air Force is up and about again. And back down for the Soul Spire. I will go catch and come back. Then we'll take the Ether Fiends as gives us an extra 2. Which, thank you. He pulled me in because I didn't know where he was. And I saw you that time. Ether Fiend. Ether Fiends that come up in here. What we'll want next is that Ether Fiends can change into Spire's Ether Lords. Okay, so we'll take them again. So they are, each Fiend gives us 4. Oh, one Soul Spire on top of another. Two of them. There's 3 in that spawn point, one after another. And another. So all we do with this build is run. And I don't have the Relentless board on here. Although that is a possibility. But I find this board is strong enough. Spires no 2 etheric masses. Yes. So that's an Ether. An Elite coming. No, Ether Fiend, I should say. Yeah. Take him first. Back for the Soul Spire. Cross. Oh, there's another Soul Spire. Okay. Fine. But we will take him. And back down. Another. Oh man, there's a lot of Soul Spires this round. And that's that. So, Rising Spires, we definitely don't want that. Hellborn on Death, Soul Spire on Death. Guess which one? No prizes for that guess. Take up this last mass. To the top. Which be gone. Oh, excuse me. I woke up a wee bit early this morning. So this is us running on passives. We just got that in time. Devil, Soul Spire. I will take the Devil. So this is going to be 5 Relentless Butchers. Number 3 already. It's easy peasy. Cool. Where's the last one won't arrive until 2, 1. Ah, and it would be a Soul Spire. All done. Soul Spire now. Masses knockback dealing damage. Masses chance to Ether Fiend and death. And each time we have an Ether Fiend, that's about 6. Ether, and there's quite a few that sort of appear, so it's a win-win scenario. Heretic, thank you very much for that. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Easy peasy. Right, so Soul Spires, no. We'll take the Hellborn. We're a little bit low at 744, but I think we'll still get there or thereabouts at 1066. Down we come. So this is, in my opinion, one of the easiest builds to run. Certainly one of the less stressful. We go. We'll take the butch. We've got one more butch to go. There he is. Soul Spire. Oh, that's what we want. Ether Lords cause Hellfire to erupt around them. Ether Fiends spawn as Ether Lords and drop 3 times the Ether. And we're already getting a ton of Ether Fiends. So I'm thinking that, yeah, this will probably give us a significant number of Ether come in at the side. And there was... Come on. Why did that not appear? There's supposed to be something here, but nothing's appearing. It looks as though that spawn point's blocked, which is a bit of a bummer. It used to happen a few seasons ago, but I haven't really seen it happening. You see, it's supposed to be something. Yeah, that was a good run, and we are just one shy of 1066. Soul Spire we're on the last run. We'll take this. I think it'll be relatively simple to get. So the key now is making sure we get all the butchers. Because we've got the absolute minimum that we need. And really, to be honest with you, anything over 1066 is a bit of a waste, because we don't really get masses of amount of obducite. The place to really get obducite is a treasure breach if you've got one. Failing that, then the other best option is the heraldic rooms in the Nightmare dungeons. This is not a good way to get obducite this season. But there we go, all done. But you know, the materials chest does give you other things, not just obducite. Make him dizzy. 713. $66. I think that's right. It gives you Bartek, killing Bartek gives you 66. Right, so we open the equipment. Obducite and gem fragments. I think it gives you more gem fragments than obducite by a long way. Where are these things? So I think by probably wave 6, then I should be at Paragon 300. Arcadia. I've got a better Arcadia. It's sitting in my... I am going to run another Forgotten Wisdom, because I want to make sure that I've got the Forgotten Wisdom up and running for the extra XP for the whole of the duration. Probably a little bit OTT, but you know. Okay, this is... Oh, perfect! Run back to here and round the corner and back to town we go. Yes! So here we go. This is where I get We don't want the Soul Spires, so we'll take the other. So I think maybe about wave 6 should get us to Paragon 300. See how close I am at guessing. Ooh! That shook the house, that boom. Don't know what the heck that was. That gave me a little shock, that did. Oh, okay, so we'll have that. Ether Fiend on deck. So that means we know we've got 2 Ether Fiends. And 3. And there's an Ether Fiend that comes up there. Another Soul Spire. Across and get him. Ah. He dislikes Soul Spires. So 2 for the 1. That's good. Ether Fiends. Ether Fiends. Chance to spawn instead of elites. Good. Need the Fiend up there, let's need the Fiend down here. Ouch. Butch. Oh, not there, that's not butchers. Let's got that in time. Right, so Soul Spires no, Soul Spires no. Elborn, yes. Take these down. Which, what are you? Paragon 300. Done, done, done. Yes! Wave 4. Chaotic Offering. So we'll obviously finish this run off. Put in a last Paragon point. and see what we want to do after this. Any suggestions? Well happy. And for the most part, this has been done in Paragon 2, in the Hordes. Paragon 2? Torment 2. I can't tell where the butcher is though. Oh, I'm well happy. I think this is the quickest by far that I've done. Played 118 hours. Not all of them in here, but 118 hours altogether. Okay, 2 soul spires and 1 not. In a perfect world, I would have got Paragon 300 as I'd killed Bartek, but you know, I'm well happy the way it is. Because this is always my goal. From about season 4 or something, I always want to try and get Paragon 300. Actually, I'm not sure exactly when I decided. But anyway, I decided. Take the Chaos again. So every season I want to try and get to Paragon 300. Oh, it's the Wisps. Where's the butch? Come on, butch. Still want you, even though I don't get any of the extra XP now. You can't get any more XP. We've done it. We're at 300. Everything is just icing on the cake now. So what we could try now is finding some builds to do a little bit more pit pushing or tower pushing might be interesting. Take the Hordes, Ether Fiends. I haven't done anything in the tower this season. Not even sure what kind of pit level I'd get. Because I haven't really designed anything for these events. I think probably the boss killer build might be okay, just with slightly better gear perhaps. There'll be a few different items to give us better stats. But this has been also solo self-bound. So I haven't done any co-op playing. Take Fiends again. So this has been completely solo. And no trading. Which is why my gear is not the best. But it is what it is, and this is what you can do without going purchasing gold or whatever. So it's entirely possible that you can solo self-bound and get to 300. Soulspire. Didn't think I'd get that. One last. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what we get. Hopefully it can't be wisps again for the second time. So it's kill the lunatics. And don't forget Butcher. Yeah, I got a huge smile on my face. Can't help it. Thank you, Bates. Thank you very much. Well happy I am. Well happy. Right, so we got 2,200. That's not too shabby. Let's go and finish Bartek. Down we go. There we are. And Bartek gives us 66 ether. And the rest goes into the materials chest. It took you several seasons combined to hit 300. Wow. But hitting 300 is a nice feel. And I think you get, there's not an actual reward, although I think there should be. But I think in the profile, when you go into your here and your title, I think there is, but I really can't remember what the heck it's about, what it is. Anyway, I think in here you can have a prefix and suffix and you get a title of some description, but I just can't remember what it was. Is there anything worthwhile keeping here? No, because they're all single GAs. Right, so where will I put this last point? And I think I'm going to keep it into strength. And I will then overwrite to lock it in. 300. Well, well happy. Now then, just to tell you how it works. So I do have the Era Perdition, and the GA was on movement speed, and then the upgrading you get from Master Working, I done it into Supreme Paragon. Okay, thank you. Supreme Paragon. I put on the Era Perdition. I Master Worked it, so I'd done a crit strike chance. I have a double GA on Mantle of the Grey, and it's a 10.8, not a 12. But the GAs are on Juggernaut and Thorns and Thistles. I have a Dawnfire. It's a single GA, and it's a done the Master Working on chance for Holy Light Aura to deal double damage. And the Holy Light passive is okay. It's not maxed out, but it's over 1,000. Then I have Legs of the Indomitable. So the Indomitable gains me 140% armor resist based on your block. Current bonus is 109%. And it was a double GA, strength and faith per second. I rolled it back up into armor as something else, and it fortified gen. And I tempered with Holy Light Aura potency. The boots is Wild Bolt because I don't have Godslayer on. So Wild Bolt to bring in everything doesn't really work that fantastic. It's a double GA, but actually it's a single GA with faith per second. And the other GA is Holy Light Aura potency that you roll as a temper. I have a single GA Griswolds, and it's the GA to strength, and when I master worked it, it master worked into heavyweight, and it's a 2%er, so that's a good one. Then I have a really good, this is the best amulet I've had for a very long time. Juggernaut's Covenant is the aspect, and it's 150%, so it's max. It's a max one. It's 100% when it's on the amulet. It's an extra 50, and it rolled Discipline and Iron sharpens iron. The GA was an iron sharpens iron, and I re-rolled it into Fortitude, and it was a good roll as well. Took a wee bit of time to roll that one, but it's pretty good. Then I got the Starless Sky, and the GA was to Lucky Hit chance, and I rolled the tempering up into crit strike chance. The last is the Chastisement. Your Juggernaut skills deal 75% increased damage to bosses and crowd control enemies. And it's a single GA on attack speed, and it could have been better. It could have been crit, but there you go. It is what it is. So the gear is not fantastic gear. And the last one is my shield. I put Holy Punishment on it. Holy Fire and damage increased by 70%, which works back into Dawnfire. Dawnfire is really a bit crucial to this build of anything. You can do it without, but it's way more powerful with. Bowie, thank you. Good morning to you. Good morning. And thank you on the 300. It's making me very happy. So the Holy Punishment, and it's triple GA. And the third GA was a roll on Holy Light for the temper, and I've got max life armor and crit strike chance. So my crit strike chance ended up being about 88, the same as the attack speed, which I think is quite reasonable. It's not perfect, not by a long way, but as I'm working through the um, the gameplay, these turn into 100%. Then for the skill tree, I have just 1 point into Clash, nothing into the core skills. I maxed out on guards, parry, riposte, and the discipline comes from the amulet. Maxed out fanaticism, defiance, and holy light. The fanaticism up into rite of vengeance, defiance up into rite of might, and the holy light into holy light judges. It could have been holy light stuns for the damage to crowd control, but I decided just to shove it in here. Or it could have been holy light chains to unfortifies. When I think about it, it's probably better in one of these two rather than judges. But that's okay. It still works. Shield charge up into relentless, because then it becomes a core skill. And it costs faith to cast. So faith generation is actually quite important. But also the Ring of Starless Skies enhances the build's ability to always have, or not running out of faith. Then we have Thorns and Thistles that's given to us by the mantle. Maxed out best defense and fortitude. 1 point into consecration up into hallowed grounds, which gives it bigger, lasts longer, and everything's weakened inside. Maxed out iron sharpens iron, break the line, heavyweights. Shining armor, giant slayer, and master craftswork. None of the ultimates, and the last one is coat of arms. So nothing controversial there, except for maybe I'd change Rite of Judgment into Rite of, I think maybe Rite of Mercy for the fortifies, making sure that you've got the fortification up. But that was probably a little mistake on my part. It could have been one of these two. That might have been okay for crowd control, but this would be better for fortification. Then for the Paragon boards, the starter board I put in Sentinel and maxed out all the strength for the Juggernaut damage. Into the second board I put Castle, and I have Challenger in the board here and maxed out the strength. Now there's a good chance that it would have been better these two boards swapped around, it because not necessarily that I could do, you know, these two damages, because a lot of these I don't have actually activated, and it might have been better for these two boards to be swapped around, but it still got me to where it is. And the next board is Shield Bearer, and I put in Honed here for crit strike, taking the block damages, damage to crowd control. This is where I'm thinking that the skill tree might have been better for Rite of Submission instead of Rite of Judgment, because then I'd have a little bit more damage to crowd control. Then I have the beacon board, and I put in Spirit for the crit, taking in the rare nodes. And on the last board I put Preacher for the bonus to the attack speed, and I put in Resplendence, bonus to the magic nodes, which gave me a little bit more attack speed. So all in all there, I have almost 25% attack speed. So that's what took me to Paragon 300. In fact, I will change that across from here to here. And I think that actually might be better. Might give us a little bit more damage. And I will just overwrite that to lock it in. Now this is a fantastic, just regular farming build. It's not for boss killing in particular. Certainly you wouldn't be able to go into T4 and kill the blood-soaked butchers. No, these are this is not the way it does. The Captain America build will do this day in, day out, but not the Divine Bulldozer. It's more for, what time is it? 3:57. Okay, a couple of minutes and I'll head into the Hell Tides. Hopefully there's a Hell Tide down here. It would be nice. In the meantime, I can go and run a tribute. And this is the kind of farming that it's good at. This is what it's designed for. Right, I actually have, when I think about it, yes, I have one tribute of Ascendance. One. Last season, I literally had hundreds of the things. This season, I have one. So first of all, we'll run Tribute of Radiance. Right, so just to take a quick look, we come this way, and that's good enough for me. So this is running on passives. No need to run this on actives. And yeah, I could run pretty much the same when I was on Paragon 250, 260. Similar sort of content, but I might have to run some of the actives as you get more stronger, more Paragon points on your board. You're able to do this much more easy. Come on, there's, yeah, that's it. Right, let's take a quick look. So this way. And we have to, okay, we'll figure it. Do this one first. And do maybe this one. We don't necessarily have to hit the time he has to explode before he gives us. Just come down here. We'll have plenty of time, so it's not a major problem. Take this in. Yeah. And then just to the Grand Spirit Beacon. And all we do is run. Boom. So we've got a couple. I would think that by the time that we, oh, that's a long run. By the time we get there, we'll have hit 4 anyway, without actually taking any more spirit beacons. And if we do actually need a spirit beacon, there's one close to the end. We'll take up at the time, because that does help us to get to that final little So we do need to just take that last one. And he needs to explode, and then we've got the 4. Nice and simple. Loads of time. No great shakes. And this was all done on passives. Passive auras, that is. And he's done. Now let's see what kind of... Well, we got a ring there. Now it does give you a few boss mats. Right, so... Oh well. So E, leave dungeon. Right, let's run the Tribute of Ascendance. We'll also run the... So luckily my latency is, you know, about 150. It's not too bad. So there's one here, and then we got the rest of them here. Okay. Pardon me. Take them in, that's done. Then we just need to run to the next floor. To the long and winding road. Yes, I can't say I know. People pay me at weddings to be quiet. He has to explode. Then he gets... yeah. It's annoying that, because sometimes I'm sort of running around and thinking to myself, why did I not get the points? Because he hadn't exploded yet. He couldn't catch me. Right, let's just take... so we'll go this way, then maybe double back and take the other. Could be easy enough. All the way through. Only one way here. Take the beacon. And take these time bandits into the grand. Run around for a wee while. Boom. Right, where are we going? Okay, so we can go straight, and there's a beacon right there, so that's simple enough. That should take us to the floor. And hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, that we can get a mythic. And yes, we did reach 4. Yoshi. Come on, Yoshi. Let your barrier down. There we go. Right, so did we get a mythic? No. Boo-hoo. Alright. Back to town we go. Get rid of this malarkey. Right, what did we actually get? Anything of significance? Nothing for the build anyway. No is the answer to that question. I need one more back, and then I can actually craft a shroud of false death. Right, so what we're going to do now, we'll head into the Hell Tides, show you how this runs in Hell Tides. And again, we'll run these all on passives. There is no need for to run active. So these give you a fair amount of and it's got I like the animation here as well. Some pants, we'll pick up that. But it kills everything in sight. Let's wander up here a wee while. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Usually when I run in the for a boss, or I run in the Infernal Hordes, I use Rahir because I don't really need to see where everything is because they're right there. But in the Hell Tides, you're much better running with Subo. So I'm just going to change across to Subo, but first, before I change across, I'm going to 24 rapport. Right, so then I'm going to change to Subo.
I will not let you down.
And while I'm here, 22,000.
I like seeing what Papa's friends collect.
Because there's always the chance that, you know, it is good for getting your masterwork materials, boss mats. But I'm not going to spend a long time in here. Damage over time? No. And especially at the beginning of the season, this is real important to come and spend your oboes, spend your pale marks, because you do get a lot of stuff in here that's upgrades for your aspects. Oops. Potion capacity, lightning, no.
Add that, carry the one.
No.
Did I count it out right?
Not being very nice to me right now, is it?
Did I count it out right?
Ooh, look at that. Triple GA, but you know, I'm not going to change the Griswolds for this. But you know, some people might like that.
Add that, carry the one.
That was a boss summoning that I Just it's too fast to pick up. Because I was being stupid.
Papa's friends collect.
Cold resist, master working. Plus summoning.
Did I
3 more
count
to
that
get.
right?
Oh, I've went past a couple. One more. Right, let's just open this bunch up. Many ovals to pick up. So these are regular boss mats. Okay, back to town we go.
See some steel
Nothing
you
in
need?
there. Oh, I can spend the ovals. Right, so what shall I spend on? Maybe some boots. Because, you know, it doesn't matter what you actually spend it on. There's a chance for a mythic to drop.
All finished, are you?
So we'll see again. Boots.
Hello, not a bad tool. Hello, shining beauty. Well, battery. Hello, not a bad tool. That. Hello, shining. Shame that. Go one more.
Strength, there's single GAs.
Hello,
We're after at least double GAs.
not a bad. Hello, shining. Well, battery. Hello, well.
Oh my word, I've got 239 fresh meat.
Hello, shining beauty.
Go and grab these that were on the floor. Try again.
Hello, not a bad tool. That. Hello, shining beauty. Well, hello, shame that. Well, hello, shining.
I'd like to try
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need? Better use it well.
a melted heart of Selig.
Let me stay only as long as we need to.
So where were we? We were on boots.
Hello? Well, hello, shame that. That's not a bad. Hello, shining shame. That's not a bad. Hello, shining beauty.
Strength, dodge. Condemn. No.
That's this spirit? Give it a go.
Going to be boots again.
Hello, shining beauty. Not a bad pull, that. Hello, shining. Oh, too bad. Hello, well, there's something special.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need?
Faith per second, which is okay, but not what I need right now.
Hello. Well, hello, shining. Not a bad pull, that. Hello, shining beauty.
Okay, so that's that done. Kaboom. Now I do have a lot of boss mods to run. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 439 Grigor. And these are regular boss mods, not the bloodied stuff. They're the bloodied stuff. Right, let's see what we got here. Protection, drifting. I don't need any more Forgotten Wisdom. Channeling, jam. All junk keys. We'll keep
Bright aura. Brighter soul.
these boss mats because we can run that with our Captain America build. Okay, let's head back into the Hell Tide, see if we can get some kill streaks going. Don't think I could get 36 minutes. I think to get the fresh meat, it takes quite a considerable amount of time to be able to get the kill streak to such a degree. Definitely not easy. The biggest kill streak I've got so far is about 6,000. Oops, put myself in a bit of a cul-de-sac there. So even though I can see where they are, a lot of it depends on how you can get from one bunch to the next. I don't think this is going to be a great area to get a good kill streak going. The last time I had a good kill streak, it was actually in Nahantu. That was the best area that I found to get a kill streak because there was a lot of respawning of monsters, which was very nice. In some of the areas they don't seem to respawn particularly well, but it's maybe just me. Okay, let's go around about. See if then we can come back up in here. Then this away. I don't think there was just a couple that helped me. I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, I've run myself away. Do I come up? Or maybe I can come around? I'm intently watching the mini-map. Now, please let there be some more here. Okay. Not a massive amount of to come down this way. And there's not a lot here. Can maybe do a loop the loop here. Come back down into. Ah, damn! I meant to go up. Wow. Rubbish. Terrible. Okay, let's go pick up some boxes anyway. That was rubbish. Look. Could you just leave me alone for a minute? Oh, I do have a whisper to pick up.
It is done.
One-handed weapons, you never know. It might be a Griswold's. Now, there is no gift to the tree now.
If I cannot be in the wilderness,
There's only the single.
will do.
Oh, double cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction per kill streak. That's not too bad, but just not what I want. Right, so I will go to the my boss killer.
Use it well.
Oh, I have one more Paragon point to pick up in here. And I think I was... So this board, I've got Sentinel in the starter board, Castle in the second, Shield Bearer in the third, Beacon in the fourth, and Relentless in the fifth. And I think, as I was looking at this board, I think it would be better if the Castle board was the fifth and the Relentless board was the second. Because in this particular board, I don't necessarily need damage to crowd control enemies. But what might be more important is getting the extra total armor, the extra vulnerable, the extra cooldown reduction, the extra total cooldown reduction here. So I think that I might swap these boards around, these two boards here, because for this, the damage to crowd control enemies is maybe not so important, because I started this board off because I essentially just repurposed the Divine Bulldozer board and just changed a couple of small things across. So I think I don't have any more willpower to pick up in here. And none of the other boards I've got anything to pick up, so I'm just going to take that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can. Harbinger is actually the most difficult boss to get on Blood Soaked. So I'll start with a bit easier. Right, for 26, I have maybe about just a little over half an hour. Oops, oops, oops. Now I have to make sure I get the rotation right. So the rotation essentially is 3 blessed shields and then 1 flash. I have got 10 there, that's enough. And that's essentially how the rotation goes. Now I've got enough Arbiter here. Yeah. Still a little finicky with the rotation. There is a lot of... Oh, stop. There is a lot of loot that drops at these bosses. So these are like now, since they done the patch update, I think Torment 6 and a bit maybe. Whereas before it was Torment 7 and it was way too difficult. Pardon me. I didn't even try. Mantle of the Great, that's a 750. And these are all single GAs. Somebody might want that actually. It's a GA on iron sharpens iron, and it's got righteousness, and then somebody could roll away the faith on kill and maybe get fortitude, or something. Might be interesting for somebody. If anybody wants, just yeah, all the rest. I've got a few like that actually. So that's iron sharpens iron, but that's a double because it's got righteousness as well. Righteousness is not fantastic, but you know. And then this is a heavyweight, and it's got strength max life, and you could roll away the movement speed. That'd give you a double. Iron sharpens iron, but this is life and lucky hit. This is not fantastic. Cracking the armor. That's attack speed, but the G is not on iron sharpens. Fortitude. That's attack speed. So if somebody wants something, just sort of give me a message. Was I talking about give me a message? There was a message come in. My nearest and dearest, she's on her way home. She's been at a training course. Alright, so we can do Ancient Seat. And I know how to do this now. Before, I could never figure out how to get to Lord's Ear easily. Until I was told. Now I know. Because it used to bug me that I could never teleport there. And I could, I just didn't know how. So we'll just run around a wee bit to make sure we got the Relentless and we got the wolves. Actually, I could switch away from the... Now, we have to be a wee bit careful with Zero, because you don't want to get in his slap, because that can one-shot you. Actually, I could probably... For the boss kills, I could probably move away from the wolves, because they don't apply any crowd control to them. Then we can put something else in there. I mean, it still works. So I'm not sort of complaining. But I could probably get a little bit more damage if necessary, or defense, by using something else. Razor Plate, Cathedral, Temerity, Yen. And all the rest are single GAs. Now let me have a look. What have I actually... I've got Backset. And I've got Ignimot. But Ignimot is okay. That gives me the Dark Shroud. Backset. Instead of Backset, I'm using Igni, so I can't use that. I don't want to use Lith because I don't want to stand still, particularly because of the Relentless board. You still want to move. And not Nagu. Cast a non-channel skill. No, I'm... So... You... Maybe I could try Neo. 1 second, 2 seconds. Because the fights don't last that long, actually, for the most part. I'm not really casting Evade either. Cast 5 skills? I could try that. And then... Don't need Teleport. Generic damage, 15%.
I appreciate that.
I need to cast 10 skills. So I'm not sure if that would actually be able to +1 to all skills for 10 seconds. I could try that. Guarantee crit strike and overpower. Maybe try that. But I think I'd need to run... I could see how that runs. Okay, let's see, Harbinger. See what difference that makes. I'm not sure if it's going to proc enough for it to make a difference. I guess we'll soon see. That's the one. Maybe leave it like that. Come in and see what happens. Oops. I ran outside the circle. Oops. That wasn't so hot. Oh! Ouch. Third time lucky. I don't have the... Oh, stop running away. Damn. Maybe the wolves did do something for me. Let's just wait until the arbiter comes back up so I can take it. I'm right in this line. I'm going back to... Oh, come on. I've been killed too many times.
See some steel you need?
I need to repair. So maybe that wasn't really that great. What can we do instead? We do the damage reduction instead. Oops. Damn. Urivar's turning out to be a wee bit tricky. I thought I had him there. Wrong. Is it? I've killed him so many times in the past. Well, be damned.
Here's a good one.
And try again. Look at this time. Well, that was annoying. That cost me a lot of gold. And we ended up with Backset again. Did he drop anything decent? Mantle of the Grey, Thorns and Thistles, 8.1, no. Cathedral Song, no. Pain Gorgers, no. None of them. Alright, so we've got, that's Harbinger. He can be quite royal pain in the bum. Not sure if I can get this one finished. Got him. Put royal left. Down we go. What are we doing for time? Another sort of 15 minutes, and then that's me for today. Indigo. Every 15 kills in the last 60 seconds increases his damage by 2% and life by 1. I tried this, but it didn't really give me anything. Not that I could find anywhere. Didn't try the Reaver. Weird Skin. I didn't try Weird Skin either. It's not a bad pair of gloves. Attack speed, crit strike chance, and core skills. None of the rest. Right, here are... Harbinger is allegedly the most difficult. Okay, let's get up. Alright, let's see if we can take him. Maybe yes, maybe no. But he does shout and then jumps. Ooh. Come on. You're down. Come on. Yes. Got him. Ooh. Butcher nearly got me. Back to town we go. That was not a bad fight actually, but they're not lasting like forever. They're relatively quick fights. Crown of Lucian, lucky hit. Would have been much better if it had been cooldown reduction. Movement speed per kill stream. Shadow resist. Nah. A Godslayer with cooldown reduction. 36. Flickery step. Pardon me. Griswolds? No, Azeroth.
My hammer sings on your return.
Okay, let's see if we can do this again one last time. Oops, wrong one. Now the kill streak doesn't carry through, but this is as much to get me into the habit of 3 in 1. But actually I think that I need to if I slow down just a touch, maybe it's better. Try. When I get excited, it's like click, click, click. And when you're fighting the boss, you do get a little excited. Right, here goes Wolf. And jump. Ooh. Bummer got me. He well and truly smacked me. Well, I don't have the Arbiter up, so it's going to be a wee while before that comes back again. Ouch! I didn't even smack him once. Let me try this again. Right, come on. Here we got him. Got him. That's the way to do it. And don't forget the butcher. No need for fortress, no need for melt his heart of Selig, just smack him. And back to town we go.
See some steel you need?
What was there? Argent Veil. No Crown of Lucian. Just a 1 GA. Godslayer. No. Herald of Zakarum. No. Flicker. Judgment. We've got Strength Poison. 2 GA. Crit Movement. Window bar. Wow. And it's still not maxed out. 18.5. Okay.
Better than starting from nothing.
But I did get deaded.
Solid bits here.
Right. Actually, I think this is as good as a time. I've got a lot of... these are regular boss mats. I could run some of these. Oh, you know, I've got 270,000 fresh meat. That's going to take some time to work all them down. Let's have a look at Grigor. That's Belial. There's Grigor. Well, unfortunately, I actually need to go. I'll do just one kill here. So I have to go and pick up a package. It's about 5 minutes away. That's how easy the regular bosses are. And obviously you don't get half as much loot. But that is me for today.